I didn't start playing basketball until I think my parents decided they wanted me to try something different. It just seemed like every time I picked up the ball, I was a lot better with the sport than I was the last time. Years into the sport, I actually told my parents that they weren't gonna ever have to worry about paying for college for me, because I already knew that I wanted to pursue it collegiately.
Well, actually the first time we saw her was when actually UVU played against us here at UTRGV. She embodied what we all thought about in versatility and her ability to do different things.
She can definitely shoot the ball, she can rebound, and has great court awareness. And she just brings special things to the team in order for us to win.
I think during the end of my last season, I had early symptoms of lightheadedness during practices, and I had no idea what it was. Physically, it started, you were able to physically see that whatever it was wearing me down. And I went from, I think at the time, I was probably a weight of 155, and just about within a week, I dropped from 155 to like 120, 115. And at the time, we didn't have no idea what it was still. And then they were still getting tests, and then they finally said, oh, well, it's your thyroid.
When we found out, that Quynne was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, then we took a game plan. She missed summer 2. That's when I bring all the players in. We do a lot of intense conditioning and basketball work. And she missed summer 2, but she always was calling and checking to make sure what she needed to do. I
was just in shock because my immediate thought went to like, well, is this gonna affect basketball? Am I gonna have to am I never gonna play again? Am I, at the time I had already committed and signed to play here at UTRGV. I only had 2 choices, which was to get the surgery or to take radioactive iodine therapy, which is what I chose because the surgery, I didn't have enough recovery time.
First of all, through the struggle that she's been through, she embodies hard work. She has had to start back from ground zero. She went from in the best physical shape of her life to having to redo everything when she was diagnosed with cancer.
During that difficult period, was there any people in particular that helped you through it all?
Yeah, my mom. Yeah, my mom helped me a lot. There were times where I didn't want to keep going anymore. I didn't want to play anymore. I just wanted to give up. She kept reminding me that this isn't where you're supposed to stop. You're supposed to keep going and keep going, regardless. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you, and to never listen to anybody that tells you can't do something.
She's resilient. I mean, how many people do you know get cancer and come back and want to do it all again and work hard, and that's just amazing to me, and what she's been able to accomplish just in this year.
She's such a competitor, and I know being sick, you have to be very competitive when you fight cancer, and she did, and she won.
She is very determined. She's never gonna give up, no matter what the circumstances.
There's just, I don't know, it's so inspirational, what she did, and I think everybody thinks that she has a huge heart.
I didn't want people to look at me like I was a kicked puppy, I didn't want people oh, I can't believe you, I didn't want any of that anymore. Not this year, because I just felt like something like that definitely made me a lot stronger, I think it's important to just keep pushing through, and, there will be a breakthrough. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't think anybody should let something, whether it's small or big, hold them back. If you want to do something, you should do it, and don't let anybody tell you that you can't. And if they tell you you can't, then that should be, that should add fuel to your fire to be able to want to make sure you accomplish it.